Morning, Keira.
So
Good.
wonderful. I'm so
I'm ha-
excited to meet you.
oh, same here. I'm excited to finally get to talk to you one on one. I've been waiting for this.
Yes, I love every time Evan shares value in movement makers. I'm like, I gotta meet this girl. So here we are in this magical space. I'm in my brand new office. You're my second guest in my new office. How magical is that?
It is.
Where are you coming from? Where do you live?
I live in Montreal, but right now I'm in Calgary because I had a conference over the weekend on Saturday, so I'm still in Calgary, but my flight is later on this afternoon.
Oh, that's so fun. Well, are you ready? You want to jump in with me?
I am.
Okay, so we're going to start with the bowl. I want you to take a nice deep breath in, and we're going to clear your space. And specifically because you're in a hotel room. So this is something that I really like to presence, that our spaces are really important. So every time I come into my office, I clean the space because people come and clean the office when I'm gone, right? That means other people's energy is here. You're in a hotel room where there's been lots of different energies. So we're going to clear the room first. Does that sound good? Okay.
Good.
So we're just going to take a nice deep breath in. And we're just going to pour the divine light around you right now in your hotel room, that the light will touch the walls, the ceilings, the floors, the beds, and anything and everything that's in that room. That'll be completely cleaned, cleansed, and cleared. That'll be activated to the highest vibrational frequency to be able to hold this space for this beautiful channeling work. Oh, there we go. That feels good. That feels good. Can you feel that ground into your body?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that feels really good. Okay, so now I have my oil. If you don't have oil, that's okay. But I'm gonna use some of it. It helps me drop into channeling a lot easier. So I want you to take a nice deep breath in with me. I want you to visualize that this brilliant light above the crown of your head is gonna move through your body. So you're gonna breathe the light in. And as you breathe out, the light's going to move through your body and it's going to clean out all the stuff that's not yours. So specifically because you were at an event where you were around a lot of people, we're going to clean off anybody's energy that's not yours. So just to take another deep breath in. And we're going to clear it out, clean it out all the way down through your body. And it's going to leave through the soles of your feet. Now this breath, we're going to breathe it in. It's going to wake up all of your gifts. So we're going to breathe in the divine light. Coming into the crown of your head, it's going to pour through your body. It's going to wake up your gifts of seeing, your gifts of hearing, your gifts of knowing, feeling, experiencing. We're going to wake up all these gifts and into the divine light. And this final breath in, we're going to breathe it in. It's going to breathe all the way down through your body until it exits your toes. It's going to create this beautiful shield of light around you to protect you, to infuse you with light. I want you to just feel the difference in your body right now. The groundedness, feeling your nervous system feels safe and at ease. And in this space, we're going to call on our spiritual team. We're going to call on our angels. We're going to call on our guides. We're going to call on all those who are here that support Ida in your work, in your purpose, and specifically with the book. We're going to call them in and into the divine light to be present here, to hold this space for you in your hotel room, to hold this space for me here in my office, that we will be able to be supported and we can hear your book with ease. We're going to prep our bodies to receive. So we're going to ask that light will touch our ears so that we can hear what the book wants us to hear, so we can hear what needs to be heard. The light will touch our third eyes. We'll have access to all of our spiritual gifts. And that light will cleanse our lips, that we speak only what needs to be spoken. Now I want you to take a deep breath in, and I want you to feel the warmth of the sun. If you could feel the warmth of the sun coming and pouring over your heart. We're going to soften the heart walls, opening up the heart so that we can truly hear, receive, and experience your book. So take one more breath in. Tell me, how do you feel right now?
My toes are tingling.
Yay. Okay, good. We got the energy moving. That feels good.
Is that normal?
Yeah. So when the body starts to feel tingly, it's because we've brought energy to that space of the body.
Okay.
Beautiful. I love it. It's magic. So I don't know your work, right? Like I've
Right.
heard your name a lot. Evan speaks about you a lot. I'm just gonna hold open the space that your book shows up, and that's with me having no idea what this is. So I want you to also be in that space, in the
Okay.
space of like, we don't know what this book is, because the book is already written, which means the book just gets to come and talk to us about it. So I want you to close your eyes, and we're going to invite your book to come in and through the divine light. That your book, the book that wants to come through right now, that it will show up with ease, with grace, with clarity, with power. We can hear and receive it with ease. So just breathing in. Thank you for being here with us in this beautiful, sacred book channeling session. And if you felt the stir in your heart that it is time for you to write your book, then I am so excited to tell you that I am going to give you my sacred creative process that allows authors to channel their books. Just click the link below in the description and you will have immediate access to learning the tools on how you will channel your book. So interesting. So there's no visuals for me, which is interesting because normally I see in visions. Instead, it came through in feeling. So the feeling was, at first, it was like, you know, when you have a soft cone ice cream and they like twist it like this. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was kind of like showing me this like this twist, and then it moved into showing me like dancing, like it's like this, it's very flowy, it's very in the heart space. So that's just immediately what shows up for me. Does any of that mean anything to you?
I know I love to dance, and but that's more like in my house. I could put the music and I dance just, yeah, but that's that. But also, like, I didn't get any visuals per se, but I saw like lines running down. Like, okay, that's a visual. It's like lines running down, but nothing else.
Okay, this is beautiful. This is a good start. So let's start with the dance, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's ask the book, what is this movement, this fluidity? Okay, no. It wants to talk about the ice cream. That's so funny to me. I don't know what that means. So, okay. So let's drop in. Let's see, what does this mean? This feeling of like, okay, okay, got it. I hear it. Okay. So here's what this means, Ida, is your book is saying it's your ice cream. The book is your dessert. The book is like showing you it's the whipping on the top. It's like the deliciousness to your life right now. It's not meant to be a struggle or another to do. It's showing you it's like going out for an ice cream treat.
Interesting.
Yeah. What comes to you when I say that?
Like, I've actually been toying with a couple of ideas. Like, first of all, like, a lot of things are happening right now, right? And I literally kind of understand things going backward, although like we live life going forward, but we understand them in going backward. And it's like a lot of things. I think there's a lot of moving parts right now. But in terms of like a dessert, I don't know.
Okay, so let's
I don't know.
just here, right? So here's the thing that I feel what happens. Hold on. I got something in my throat.
Sorry.
Okay, there's something in the throat chakra. So we're going to come to the throat chakra because I get clogged when it's stuck here. So we'll just come back to that. I want to bring this to presence, though, that most of the time when we think about writing a book, it feels daunting. It feels heavy. It feels like, ugh, right? Like, it's like, ugh, it's that kind of energy, right? And your book is like,
Yes.
no, I'm the dessert. I'm the dessert. So it doesn't mean that the book is like all desserty or like easygoing. It can be really intense or whatever. It could be anything. But the book is telling you that while you write it, it's dessert for you. While you write it, it's delicious. It's a treat. It's not heavy, it's not hard, it's a treat.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah, it makes sense. Because I'm in the finance space, right? I'm in accounting and in finance, and I've been wanting to write a book, and I've actually been toying with the idea of should this be a book about me or should it be a book about personal finance? Because there's a lot of personal finance books out there, and I don't just want to write another personal finance book. I want to write a book which is around my core value, but bring in teaching people with my life story,
Yeah.
teaching personal finance to the people who maybe don't typically get to read the kind of books because they're like, that book doesn't seem like me. But I'm like, you're like me.
Yeah.
And this has been my journey.
Yeah.
But how do I bring those together? So that's the thing that's been kind of twirling in my head. But at the same time, it's like, okay, should this be about me or should this be about personal finance? Because I'm not like finance.
Yeah.
I'm about empowerment through finance. And so
Yeah.
it's kind of been in the air, but it's for me like if you give me the mic, I'm just gonna talk. For example, and it's just gonna flow about finances. So it's easy breezy for me.
Yeah.
How do I put that in a way that is communicated to the people that need it the most? That's where the personal aspect of me comes into it. It's like, how do I bring those together? I think that's what I've been toying a lot with.
Perfect.
And yeah,
Okay.
that makes it sound like a dessert because it's not a struggle. Like I know it, but I don't want to write that book, which is personal finance.
Yeah. And that's why there's something stuck in the throat chakra. So I don't know, do you know much about chakras?
No.
Okay, let me tell you, chakras are so fun. All right, it's like this.
Okay.
It's probably like how what I'm hearing right now is like how when you met financial conversations, it made sense in your body. You're like, oh, bing, 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 bing. That's how chakras
Yes.
are for me, right? Like when I met chakras, everything made sense in my world. So I'm going to talk to you about chakras. All right. So your throat chakra, it's a space where when it's working, when it's clear, when it's clean, when it's functioning, we allow ourselves to be seen wholeheartedly. Like it is so free to be seen. It is free to speak exactly what we want to say. We are empowered in this beingness, our beingness, right? So the reason why, oh, what does this say? Oh, I didn't even see that. That's so good. So if no one can see, on her sweater it says, and is it say empowerment? Empower.
It says hashtag empower.
So good. I love it. I didn't even read that. That's amazing. Okay, so this is showing us that you sharing your voice in this book, that's what's going to be the magic. The magic isn't another finance book because the people who need your work will never pick up a finance book.
Right.
They're not going to do it. They haven't done it so far. They're never going to do it in the future because it's like picking up a completely different language. And so they're never going to buy it. They're never going to read it, and they're going to stay stuck. But your magic is sharing the story, sharing your voice, sharing your struggles, your wins, your darkest days, your brightest days, and then somehow sprinkling finance throughout it. Okay? So this is something I call the fun sandwich, okay? This is a practice I use, all right? This is a practice I use because there's things that I hate. Like I hate to do them. Actually, I'm probably your perfect client. I hate to deal with finances. It's just like, nah, it's not my language.
Yeah.
It's not my language, right?
Yeah.
So I fun sandwich things. So if I know I have to go in and go through money, I fun sandwich it. So I start it with like dance because I'm a dancer, right?
Okay.
So I turn on my music, I dance, and then I go in and I do my finances, and then I'm going to finish it outside under a tree. I'm going to fun sandwich it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm hearing is that you get to create that for people with your book. You get to go in and sprinkle the finances through the story. So they're actually learning finances, but in a way that they can understand and that they can receive.
Makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
does that feel in your body?
It feels light.
Like dessert. It's so easy.
It's easy. I could write it like right now.
Right? It's easy. Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's drop in and let the book show us some more things. Okay. So
Okay.
close your eyes. We're going to invite your book to sit between my heart and your heart. It's going to be right here on this altar. And we're going to ask your book to show us something. What does it need? It wants to show us okay, I'm getting like all these snapshots. So it's almost like the first snapshot I see, well, share with me what you're feeling first.
So I'm seeing a like a rectangle, like but an oblong rectangle, like the shape of a phone, but long.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a shiny white light on something. That's what I saw, but not like nothing. Yeah.
Okay, this is perfect. Because what I saw was like little snippets. Like I saw a girl on a swing and like just this total freedom, right? Just that moment when you swing up and the sun is touching your toes, right? Like this like this liberation. And then I saw like you walking next to a river and the sun is like picking up the water and it's just like peaceful and joyful. But then I saw like hardship and struggle and crying and like deep like turmoil. And what I heard was like both have to be shared. So then you showing the light, it's like the light also on the dark.
Wow. I started writing the book, and the first sentence in the book is, "Let me tell you about the worst day of my life." And like my father passed away when I was 10 years old. And so my mom raised us and was 7 kids. And so there was struggle, but there was a lot of love and there was a lot of service. The swing, I don't remember having a swing when I was little, but the incident of a swing I remember is linked to the hardest day of my life, which is not even about the day my father died. It's about a heartbreak. And I remember going to sit on a swing to clear my head, to say, okay, this is okay. And my book starts off with, let me tell you about the worst day of my life. And I want it to be light, but every time it's like, it brings tears to my eyes, but it's not like pain from it. It's just remembering it and saying, okay, but that is the beginning of my story. That is the beginning of my purpose, which is empowerment. And I want to encapture it in a book about finances. And how does that come together? Yeah.
Yeah. That feels like a holy hell yes. Like your book showed you, that's where you start. That's where you start, friend. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I want you to think about people who are struggling right now. There's a lot of people who are in a lot of financial mess. A story that isn't hard, right? Like you sharing your hard meets them in their hard. If you don't go there, they're not going to relate. And so they're not going to trust, and they're not going to have faith and hope. So you have to go to those places so that they can meet you there, so that they can trust that they can get to where you say is possible.
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
Right?
Wow. Yep.
Well, this book is ready. And okay, so I'm like so weird. I have all these weird
Okay.
things that happen to my body. So my ears itch when there's something that we're not hearing. So my throat showed us that. Now my ear is itching. So let's see. There's something that we're not hearing, or that not hearing, but that there's something new that we get to hear. So I want you to open up your heart. I want you to just, first I want to acknowledge how much, like, you are extremely gifted, and all your gifts are just really present. So let them dance with you, okay? So I want you to just close your eyes with me. There's something out my left ear. So let's just say there's something outside your left ear. Let's see if we can hear it together. That the book is wanting to show us or tell us. Okay, so many beautiful things. But I want to open it up to you first. What are you experiencing?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Just the lines I've been saying before. Lines coming down. Nothing.
Okay, so let's just bring the lines up. I don't actually know if this is true, so I could be super wrong. I think I might be wrong. But it's almost like, I don't know, does Braille go down, or is Braille horizontal? Do you know
Like
Braille?
the Braille for the blind people?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Because what
I
I'm
don't know.
hearing, that's what I heard, was that the lines are like Braille, whether that is true or not, which means that, what is Braille? Braille allows people who can't see to read. So if your book could be like Braille for those who can't understand finances, it is like it's the first time. That's what I'm hearing. It's the first time that they get to understand finances in their life. It's the first time someone speaks their language.
Somebody said those words to me yesterday.
There you go. Second witness right there, friend.
They said, because I was at the conference Saturday night. That was Saturday night, sorry. I was at the conference Saturday night, and then right after, so many people came up to me. But this lady, she came up to me and she said, the way I explain things, it's so simple that she totally understands. And this is the first time she's actually listened, because I spoke not her language, but I spoke her language, as in she gets it.
Yeah.
And I said, I have kids, and I like to teach this to kids. And so I have to make it in a way that my 9-year-old and my 7-year-old can understand. And I find a lot of finance books and finance gurus are all stuck in their words.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I want to teach you so you can understand. And the only way you can make a change in your life is if you understand the things that I'm teaching you. And so I use the simplest language possible to communicate the messages. And she was like, thank you for that. I'm going to follow you all over social media.
Yes. So Ida, that's also why the ears were itching. Because it's the first time people can hear. This is so important. Especially now when so many people are struggling.
Yeah.
Right?
Excuse me. Yeah. Wow.
So the image that I saw was a hand being put out like this, grabbing somebody else's hand and pulling them out of the dark into the light. So imagine that your book is that. The book is the hand outreached, pulling them out of their holes, the holes of despair, the holes of turmoil, the holes of debt, of feeling like they'll never get out of that hole, right? Like you are the
Yes.
hand pulling them up.
Yes.
And then there was a piece that came in. Let me see if I can see it again. Oh, when I don't speak it, it leaves. Hold on. Okay. So from your heart, your love moves through your arms and out the hand, pulling them up, and then the love moves through their body. So imagine that your book is that. Your book is your love pouring into somebody else. And for the first time, they're experiencing love and finances in the same energy.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. This book is pretty important. Can you feel it?
Yes. And it's so easy. Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so easy. So the book wants to come through right away. All right. And I believe it can. I mean, we watched Evan write his book in 5 days. I had
Yeah.
Bernadette Pleasant on here. I don't know if you watched hers. I'll send you.
Who?
Her name is Bernadette Pleasant. She's
No.
amazing. She's extraordinary. She's one of my friends. Anyways, she channeled here and she wrote her whole guidebook in 2 hours after our channeling session.
Wow.
Yeah. So like we just do things different here, right?
Yes. I followed Evan's journey totally from the time you did the live with him and the book reading and the beta readers and everything. I was in the whole process. So yeah.
So let's drop in and ask how quickly does this book want to come through? And we're not going to use our minds, all right? We're going to just let the book show us. And so I want to get really clear with your book. I want to ask your book to give you a number of weeks. The number of weeks, all right? That's what I'm hearing. So let's drop in, or if it wants to be days, that's fine. It can tell us. So let's drop in together and ask the book to show us. Hold on, I gotta move my rib cage. Move your rib cage. There's something about moving the space around our heart. Yeah. These little dance isolations in here. You didn't know you were going to do some popping with me. Okay. All right. So we're going to invite your book to show us what is the timeline. Okay. So I saw it, but I want you to receive. I want you to receive. So what number do you see right away?
7.
Okay, so I want you to drop in. And I want you to ask, is this 7 days, 7 weeks? What feels more accurate? What's the first thing you hear? Don't try and figure it out. What's the first thing you hear?
Days.
Perfect. Okay, so 7 days. That feels fantastic. I saw the number 33. So what that means to me is 7 days is complete. In 33 days, that means the book is edited. So 7 days, then we put it into editing. 33 days.
Wow.
Super doable.
Oh. 7. Those are numbers in Christianity. 7 is something about forgiveness. And 33, I think, is the age at which Jesus started his ministry.
Yeah. Yeah, those feel like pretty powerful numbers, huh?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And when 7 came, I'm shaking my head. I'm like, no, I don't have time for 7 days.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, I'm crying with this, like, It's
Nope.
a lot of
Cry is
emotions just
beautiful.
going. It's not even tears of joy or sadness or anything. It's just, whew.
It's just because we're in this really sacred place. This is just
Yeah.
sacred energy that we're in. So what I would invite is that you find your spiritual team. Have you done any of my YouTube videos?
Not yet.
Oh yeah, okay. You gotta do those. All right. It's gonna
Okay.
wrap you in the momentum of this 7 days. In those videos, I always call in guides. So I call in whatever guides show up for me. And because it feels really strong with 33 and 7, I would invite you, if it feels right, right? Like only if this feels right, for you to spend time asking what guides are going to come in to help you write this book. I work with Christ often. That is one of the guides that I ask to come in and participate with me.
Mhm.
With those numbers, like I invite you to lean into that. This isn't a religious show. This is a very spiritual show. But if we were
Yeah.
to just look at spirituality and the stories of our life that we know, Christ took bread and multiplied it to feed the multitude.
Yes.
You can write this book in 7 days. Time can actually be multiplied. Time can actually be held. Moments can be created. This is 7 days feels like a miracle. That feels like a miracle, right? Let's lean in there.
Yeah.
And it's not about like how quick can we write books, but it's like there are people right now who are praying for help. We don't have 7 months. Like they need this book now. So that's why we bring books through quickly, because the need is louder than the thing that we think is reality. The need beats reality.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Magic. Magic,
I
Ida.
didn't know what to expect here. Wow.
Thank you for being such an open heart. This only works if the
Mhm.
person on the other side opens their heart. So like this magic happened because you were full heart in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to read your book. I'm gonna be a full. Also, please publish with me and Evan.
Of course. Of course.
This book has to be a Freedom House book. Okay?
It has to be, because otherwise I'm gonna have to go figure out everything else right now. You already do. No, no, no.
Yeah, we got to do this. So I will message
It,
you.
it, it would be it would sorry it would be a weird book to explain to somebody else who's like, what the heck are you writing?
This book, I'm so holy hell yes. Let's bring this book to life. So we'll set up a call. We'll get all the things in place. Here's what needs to be in place now: is the 7 days. So 7 days starts tomorrow. Okay, and that's interesting. Would that be? Hold on. I can't look at my calendar when I'm on a live. That's okay. We'll find the date. Actually, can you do that? Can you look? Do you have a calendar next to you? Oh wait,
No, I
right
don't.
here. Okay, so the 7 days would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tuesday the 6th, which is beautiful because that means on September 7th it's complete. So if you needed any more signs, I think that we have just landed on all the signs. That's 2 sevens. That feels pretty magical. Let's drop into our hearts. And what I want to do is I'll just weave a little bit of magic for you. Does that sound okay?
Yep.
Okay, let's do that. So why don't you just drop into your heart, and we're just going to weave in some magic. So we're just going to call in all of your guides, those who are here to support you writing this book. We're going to call them in and through the divine light, and we're going to invite them to, they're going to start opening up a path right here, right now. It's a path that is laid with gold. And this path is the path of miracles. This path is the path of activation. This path is the path of what is the words? Hold on, my hair. Deep, profound creation with the divine. And this is the path that's going to open up your book being complete in 7 days. So the path lives in your heart. And every time you go to sit down to write, I want you to open up your heart. And you're going to watch that path unfold. And every time you sit to write, you're going to ask your guides to work with you so that it just comes through with so much ease. It's very simple. It's very easy. And every time you want to shut it down, you're not even going to want it anymore. That's not even part of it. It's all full heart now. So like anything that was like lodged before is gone. And now like this book is just full heart. So it's already opened. It's already opened in your heart. It's already opened in your throat chakra. All that's required is you spending time and bringing it through. So we're just going to take a nice deep breath in, wrapping you in so much love. We're going to wrap your book in this momentum gold, like this golden momentum. It's not even like a blanket. It's just like, I don't know, like energy. It's like energy that we're putting around your book so that it can get activated and start moving. And then we're going to hand that over to the divine to be able to be put into place in your life. Now, I want you to take one deep breath in all the way down into your lower belly. And breathe out. Now, we're going to do something new today, which is we're going to leave the channeling energy, because you feel this, like we just kind of went into a portal for 37 minutes.
Okay.
Took you to space with me, and now we got to come back to human life.
Okay.
Okay. So is there anything you want to share before we do that?
I see a black dot. I see a pink heart that has a bow at the bottom of it. And I saw a golden circle.
Ooh, I love those.
With no connection between them.
Okay, so let's
like first was the golden circle, and then the dot, and then the heart, pink heart with a bow.
Okay. All right, so let's see if we can hear. So what I would invite you to do is, when we're done with this, they feel like they are, they're, what is the word? Trail markers on the path. Okay, so what I want you to do, because, I mean, I don't know if you realize, like, you're extremely gifted in being able to see. So these are here as like tokens for you. I want you to write them down afterwards, draw them down, whatever you need to. And then you're going to ask in your own sacred time when you're writing, what does this golden circle represent? And what is it giving to me right now? What does the black dot represent? What is it giving to me? Their tokens are like, they're like, I'm giving you tokens so you can go play games at the place, right? Like they give you access to something. So these are tokens. They're giving you access to wisdom and access. And it's almost like I'm not being shown, like I can't see what they are, which means that they're for you to discover.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay, you have to tell me when you find out, because I'm like dying to know.
Yeah, no. I will. I think I see like, when you get an idea, for me it usually comes as well in pictures, and usually I could tell what it is, but this one I don't know.
Yeah. And that's why it does feel like their presence. They're little gifts for you. Okay, so does this feel complete? Is there anything else you want to share?
Time. It's saying time. Time as in, you need to find time to make this work. You need to find time to write.
This is why I want you to do, let me see if I can find, I don't know, I've done so many now. I want you to be guided. So go over to my YouTube channel, look at my morning prayer videos, my evening prayer videos, whatever one pulls you. That's the one I want you to watch, okay? Because in those videos, every single time I talk about how to work with our angels. So I'm just going to share with you, every night before you go to bed, every morning when you wake up, ask your angels to open up and get clear. An hour. Can you open up an hour for me to write today? Can you open up 2 hours? Whatever it is. And then invite them to really open the space and time. Now, I do use Florence Scovel Shen's words, under grace and imperfect ways. So I'm going to ask my angels to open up an hour time under grace and imperfect ways. Because if we ask for an hour to be open, that could be that a client cancels and then we lose that session, right? So we don't really want that to happen. So we have to ask that time will be opened under grace and imperfect ways so that all of the good things that need to happen will still happen, and your angels are going to hold open an hour for you to write.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay, that feels good. All right, so we're going to leave the channeling energy because we can't live here all day. It's really intense on our nervous system, and we're like humans, so we have to send emails and stuff. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take a deep breath in. All the way down to your belly. We're just going to pour this golden light over you. Healing the nervous system, bringing your nervous system back into wholeness. And then I want to bring all of your energy down into the soles of your feet. Grounding you, grounding your energy, grounding your space. Bringing you back here into your body. Honoring all of your gifts for showing up with us today. Honoring them for being with us. Honoring your heart for being a heart of service. And that you are a yes to bring this through. So just take another deep breath in. And out. Oh, Ida, I just have so much love for you. This was such a delight.
It has been. And I saw another thing. Even though we're not in the space. A door. A door that changed into a mirror. And it's got black decorations around it. And then it disappeared.
Okay. I know.
Guess it's another thing to figure out what that is, right? So
Okay. I do. Okay, so I want to say this before we complete. Is this, what if that's part of your book? There's an analogy in the book that says the door to your liberation is you looking in the mirror. And that is what frees you.
It is. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That might even be the book cover. Because that's really what has to happen in this book. Is the door to their freedom is they have to look in the mirror. That's so fun. I could do this all day. This is a blast.
I could do this all day. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. This has been very clarifying for me because, yeah, it's been very clarifying for me, and I know I'm on the right path. I know this is what I need to write. It's a finance book, but it's a book about me.
If you loved this video, then I invite you to come over with me right here and watch a few more of my book channeling sessions. Join me as I sit with authors and we channel through books that are here to transform humanity. I think you're going to love them.